Hey guys, Dreams here again. This would be what if Naruto was the son of Kurama. I don't remember much about part one of the series, despite the fact that I left off with a month of training beginning. So I'll just go over how this started. How the month starts. Naruto trains Konohamaru Udon Moegi, and he trains him for around a week until he ends up meeting Jiraiya. When he meets Jiraiya, it's not really anything too exciting. He doesn't meet Jiraiya the same way he does in canon. Well, how he meets him is really just he meets Jiraiya before the hot springs. Meets Jiraiya, Dragon already tell that Naruto's spitting image of Kushina and Minato blended. So Naruto, for to explain his, yes, only thing I did forget. But basically, what happened was Naruto basically trained himself to how do I say it? Well, this transformation for jutsu for certain parts of his body kind of looks like hair dye. For hair, how it works is just when it transforms, it'll kind of wear off after a few weeks, months, maybe years, depending on how weak it is. Not how weak, I mean, but how strong it is. How weak or strong. Jutsu for his hair is actually decent, not strong, but it's not weak. It'll last a few months. So his hair is just dyed red, well, transformed red, so he looks like an Uzumaki. But it's kind of styled like Minato's, but he has the ears occasionally. But Dragon tells that Naruto is Kushina Minato's son, but the attire is a little bit different than what they would dress like. So we didn't really care about that, though. But now with that, we'd have just, I'd say, probably, Naruto just, I don't know. Probably just, Dried does want to teach him something jutsu. Naruto basically made a living chakra and trained with chakra control constantly. Summoning a gigantic fucking toad is nothing. He summons Gambunta the first try. That works out pretty well. Gambunta will believe that Naruto summoned him because he has more chakra than the whole Hidden Leaf combined, including the Sannin. But he's like the double the chakra of a tailed beast. That's how to say it. Pause. So Naruto mastered the Rasengan pretty easily. Transforming Jutsu pretty easily. I don't know if I had him learn Rasengan or anything. The last part I forgot, but he didn't. I don't think he did. But when Jiraiya does try to teach Naruto, Kurama already remembered some stages of it. So due to Naruto kind of learning some of it, it was pretty. Well, not some of it, but due to Naruto kind of learning the water balloon steps and basically getting the gist of what the rubber ball stuff is. Kurama didn't tell Naruto to do this. He told Naruto that there's a rubber ball involved in the next step besides the water balloon. But when Naruto is told how to do the water balloon, he does it in like 3 minutes at most. And that was just him trying to I say it was just really Naruto holding back so Jiraiya isn't too impressed. But he could have done it in seconds. And then, well, the rubber ball, he does that in span of an actual 3 minutes while trying. So yeah, 3 minutes was just. So 3 minutes is all that took for Naruto to do the rubber ball pretty easily. So now that Jiraiya just has to have Naruto do the Rasengan properly, what he has to do is actually just infuse wind release into it for the whole month. Well, Naruto does try to use wind release for the first week. That didn't really work out too well. But then the next, not full week, the next half week, he's able to use wind release into it. It wasn't too hard, but it wasn't too easy. And then from the next few times, due to him already mastering how to do wind release, he already mastered the other natures putting into the Rasengan. So he has one week left before the canonical tuning exams. But this part's going to end after going on a question. Not the whole what if, but the part. So, this may be a little short, but I have other what ifs to record and redo. So yeah, now last week would be Naruto just kind of mastering other wind style and fire style jutsu because those are his natures plus lightning and water. I'd say. Pretty sure Earth Release was the only one I didn't give him, but instead of actually, he's learns all 5 natures. The one that nature he doesn't have, he learns how to do them. But then with that, we're gonna go to his fight versus Neji. Pretty sure it's versus Neji this time. So against Neji, well, the fight ends pretty fast. Neji does the whole thing like I'm a prodigy, you're nothing. When Naruto just explains that he's the best of the best in Konoha, there's no way to beat him. And then Neji does try to shut down a chakra point. It doesn't work out too well. Because when the moment he hits one, chakra floods through it again, and well, it's back up. Neji is just so baffled by this. Even the Hyuga are confused. He hits one, it shoots back up. Like, it shoots back up the moment Neji moves his hand a centimeter away from the strike in seconds. Not in seconds, in a split second. All chakra is back in that point. And Naruto keeps letting Neji hit him. After an hour of, I don't know, let's say it's like 5 minutes of Neji rapidly hitting Naruto, the ref had to call it an end. But no, it doesn't end. Naruto is still standing, unfazed, and yawning. Then he goes, then Naruto will go to punch Neji. Before Neji can even evade, Naruto appears right above him, punches him in the back full force, and sends him flying and crashing into the ground. As he crashes into the ground, well then, Naruto's just kind of, like, he's still mid-air, so his elbow drops him. That's really it. So Naruto's pretty easily able to defeat the Hyuga prodigy, so to say. Beating Neji was nothing. So yeah. So Neji is beaten, and well, it was in 2 simple moves. Simple punch in the air, and then an elbow drop. That's really it. But pause. So Naruto beat up Neji, the rest of the fights are the same, until he gets to Sasuke versus Gaara. Well, Sasuke obliterates Gaara the same way he does in canon, but it's a little more mixed with taijutsu. Until we go to Gaara kind of going berserk and escaping. Sasuke, let's say he's still taken down by some chance. I don't think Sasuke was bitten by Orochimaru in this one. Last I'm not sure what if I did. I remember Sasuke not being bitten, but I don't know if it was this one. I'm assuming Sasuke was not bitten. So Gaara was able to take down Sasuke the same way he took down Sakura, but it was a little more complex and a little high-paced. So Gaara would then go to his full One-Tail's form. Or Chaku would then takes over and does the One-Tail's form. But, so Sakura is still taken down the same way, but Sasuke is trapped in the same way as well. So, so Sakura and Sasuke are taken down. Shikamaru does still try to go with Naruto, but this time, well, when the guys are following Shikamaru, Naruto already knew it, and through Shikamaru, through kunai. Told Shikamaru that they're exploding kunai, well, not exploding, but they're reverse kunai. Shikamaru's a little confused, but Naruto just said throw them and figure it out. But look away when you throw them. Shikamaru, off those hints, we were able to like figure out what they do. So when those multiple Jonin attack him, or try to attack him, Shikamaru threw them into the ground, and they thought they were going to explode because there's tags around them. So one of them got close to look, and before they can cover their eyes, they're blinding light. Shikamaru already covered his eyes. But then, well, Naruto also gave him 2 exploding balls instead of being light balls, I guess. But he threw 2 of them at those 6 shinobi, and they blew up. When Asuma arrived, he heard the explosions, was kind of nervous, but he arrived saying those shinobi either dead in pieces or unconscious with very, very bad injuries. Shikamaru sat down, not chewing, but kind of like the toothpick in his mouth, and said, that was a little too easy. Are they really Jonin? Asuma said, probably Chunin at the best. Shikamaru laughed, and Asuma had asked about Naruto, asking if he can really take on a tailed beast. Shikamaru had said that Naruto's a whole different kind of person. Taking down a tailed beast may be easy for him. But yeah, so Naruto would encounter Gaara, and as Gaara would kind of just go to full Shukaku, Kurama would actually ask Naruto and Naruto to make a clone, and Naruto does just that. Clone transforms into an adult like Naruto with reddish hair instead of being yellow, and the hair's like a tad bit longer, so it's normal looking. And there's the 9 tails. Basically, human clone Kurama just looks like Baryon mode Naruto, just not as much power exuding off of him. Well, not even the full power, just like the power of the 9 tails, really. Just not Baryon mode Naruto. So yeah. Now, with this leads to, basically Shaku being nervous, because Shaku didn't expect Kurama to be like this. But Shaku just tried to attack Kurama, thinking that his clone form would make him weaker. No, he's dead wrong. Remember how Baryon mode gave the hands to Ishiki? clone Kurama gives a hand to full-powered Shukaku, like with disrespect. So yeah, it does. So this leads to Shukaku being beaten by a clone, then the clone poofs away. Naruto tries to reason with Gaara, and it works the same way it does in canon. And Naruto does a seal that Kurama had basically memorized, which was the 8 trigram seal. And then Naruto would end up using it on Gaara to make the seal a lot stronger, and to take the seal away from Gaara's forehead or something. So the seal is tightened, and it works. Kurama kind of had Naruto learn every jutsu Kurama could memorize if he wasn't busy with the Rasengan or anything. But yeah. So Naruto already knew the 8 trigram seal. It places the jutsu on Gaara, and it actually makes Gaara fall asleep. But now Kurama basically evaded in the span of 10 minutes. But now to Hiruzen. Hiruzen and the whole barrier thing. Naruto quite literally just jumped up, went into his 8-tailed form, because that's like was semi-strongest form. Because he realized he tried to punch the barrier normally and didn't work, so he just jumped up to his 8-tailed form, and while in midair, 8 tails, he punches the barrier and it completely shatters. Hiruzen's kind of shocked. He saw Naruto turn into a 9-tails just minus the fur and skin. But then Naruto ended up turning back to normal, landing right on top of Orochimaru, while then this led to Hashirama and Tobirama. So those two attacked him, or attacked Naruto and Hiruzen. But Naruto quite literally just burst out his 9-tails chakra, and Hashirama's first words at Orochimaru, Hiruzen, and Tobirama. This boy surpassed the 9-tails. Hashirama's words are, he surpassed the 9-tailed fox in power. He's burning away the wood. That's not really wrong. Naruto the 9-tails isn't sealed inside Naruto. It's fused with him. He's the son of the 9-tails, and the 9-tails can merge with his own chakra. He merged with it. Plus, it was a full-powered Uzumaki, and a complete Uzumaki and a complete Namikaze, plus a complete tailed beast. The chakra stacked on top of each other would lead to probably Naruto most likely being stronger than tailed beast easily. So Naruto just kept shooting out chakra so the wood would keep burning. Actually, Hiruzen would appreciate it, as he just does some earth styles to make a dome around Naruto and himself, and Naruto would end up using Headhunter Jutsu to escape. As Hiruzen escaped, Hiruzen would question why Naruto escaped until Hiruzen would see Naruto weaving a few hand signs and throw one kunai, the exploding tag on it. This was actual exploding kunai, but as the kunai would end up going near the whole ceiling, the kunai multiply, and poor Orochimaru can jump off the roof, the whole thing explodes. Throwing Orochimaru in the sound 4. Well, not killing Orochimaru, but it hurts a lot. And Orochimaru is able to escape with his weird jutsus that he has. So Orochimaru escapes, but barely alive. His sound 4 completely dead. Tobirama and Tobirama, Hashirama and Tobirama had to admit that was pretty smart and sneaky. It's a pretty common technique to escape, but, well, duplicating and exploding kunai is not easy, or a perfect clone of it. Not a mere clone where it's not real. A shadow cloned kunai with an exploding tag that works. That's not easy to do. It's common among high-level shinobi that encounter stronger shinobi, but this was a completely different thing. So the kunai exploded, and Naruto and Hiruzen were able to just live in peace. Hiruzen lost Naruto, he's able to control the 9-tails power, and Naruto decides that he has some explaining to do with Jiraiya and Hiruzen. But decides Hiruzen that no Anbu would be around. No one except for Hiruzen, Kakashi, Jiraiya, and his team. Only those 4. So Hiruzen, Jiraiya, Kakashi, Sakura, and Sasuke. Those 5, actually. So yeah, they go to the office, no Anbu, no elders are there, and, well, not really sensing for anyone nearby, and it's hard, you can't escape his sensory in ninjutsu, it's impossible, so no one's around. So, with this, Naruto's actually able to tell Hiruzen that he's not really the 9-tails from Cherokee, and everyone's a little confused by this, until Naruto reveals. From what he heard from the 9-tails, basically just, when Kushina was giving birth, the 9-tails tried to stick with Kushina because, well, he sensed evil chakra, and it felt like, wow, Madara Uchiha. It wasn't, because Madara Uchiha is actually dead, he can't sense him. But it was kind of weird still, so 9-tails tried to stick with Kushina and infused to her uterus area. And when Naruto was born, 9-tails kind of went with Naruto's chakra, which kind of made Naruto partially made of the 9-tails. Actually, this is just bullshit. I know it completely because I forgot the whole thing. I did it, but the same way that Naruto was born in canon, he's born this way, or so he explains his whole birth thing. Now they're pretty impressed by this and shocked. But now he's just like, so you're the Nine-Tail's son, not its, you're the Nine-Tail's son, not in Cherokee. No, no, Naruto shook his head no, saying, not in Cherokee, he's fused with me. And Nine-Tail isn't really a living creature either. He's a being made of chakra, so he fused with me, and I have his power. So I can use his power to my own will, unlike in Cherokee. I wouldn't need training or anything like it. Yushin was kind of shocked by this, but did think that Naruto is now actually a greater threat than the Hidden Cloud, because they have in Cherokee they need a training, while they have a perfect in Cherokee who can still master power for decades to come. So that's pretty impressive to hear. But now I guess we'd have the whole finding Tsunade mission next. But I'm in this part here. Like I said, it'd be a short part. But if you guys enjoyed, like, subscribe, comment on the part. Goodbye.